साधु 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 नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, and what we're going to discuss, it's very small, very simple sutta. This is from the Nikaya, Udana Pali, the third worker, Nanda worker, and last sutta of that, Loka Sutta, Lokavorokanasutta. In this sutta, Supreme Buddha is explaining about this entire world, how it suffering due to the craving of three kinds. This entire world is suffering because of contact, what we are thinking that this is us or this is our life. So the sutta starts like this. Evam me sutta, thus I have heard. Ekam samayam bhagava uruvelayam viharati narja neranjaraya tire bodhi rukha mule patamavi sambuddho. So this sutta, Supreme Buddha was the Udana. Udana, it means, I think some of you may know about Buddha has a different words of speaking. So Udana is a spontaneous words which occur to the Buddha while he is meditating or looking throughout this world. The words what it comes is called Udana. So this sutta happens when the Buddha was firstly or newly and become enlightened, and he was enjoying his liberation. So Supreme Buddha was dwelling in Uruvela in the Niranjana's Bodhi Mule. So first where the Supreme Buddha spent 7 weeks of meditative state. So every week when he wake up, he thinks about in this world and spreads this couple of words. So as Buddha become some Buddha enlightened, and the first time then he think of entire dependent origin, and then this is my last birth. I will not be born again in this world. Those were also Udana. And in that time, one of the week, the Supreme Buddha was sitting there. This thing happened. Tena kopana samayena bhagava sattaham eka pallam kena nisinno hoti vimutti sukha pati samvedi. So on that time, Supreme Buddha, when he was there, he take the one posture, sitting posture, meditative posture, and he spent an entire week sitting like this. Today it's unheard of, or today it is we cannot imagine how can someone sit down for 7 days in a same posture, but that is a meditative state. So the Buddha was dwelling like that. What he was doing, he was enjoying the liberation, enjoying the freedom. After that 1 week has passed, Atato Bhagava Tassa Satta Asa Achayena. After a week has passed, Tamma Samadhima Uttahitva. he wake up from that or emerge from that meditative state. Buddha Chakuna Lokam Bolo Kesi, with the divine eye of Supreme Buddha. With the divine eye of Supreme Buddha, what he did, he uh, looked at the entire world. He surveyed the entire world. Adassa ko Bhagava Buddha Chakuna Bolo Kendo. Why? When he saw in this world all the beings who are who has this six senses, and they are living or surviving or continuously getting birth and aging and death, and that continuous thing, what is happening? Supreme Buddha saw these beings. What he saw? Anekehi santapehi santapamane, that these beings are suffering. Uh, these beings are tormented with the many torments. They are suffering with the different kind of sufferings. So, anekehi cha paridalehi cha dhyamane, they are what we can say, in a various way, they are burning. Dahyamana, it means the burning sensation of feeling that I am burning. Not directly exactly burning, but the sensation of feeling that yes, they are burning in that. So in different ways, from the different things, they are burning with the many favors born of greed, hate, and delusion. Buddha says, Raga Jahepi, due to the born of greed. Dosa Jahepi, due to the hatred. Moha Jahepi, due to the delusion. These beings are suffering in this world. Who is looking at? Supreme Buddha saw this world. For the common person, for we are living in this life, we see a small suffering in this world. But how we accept this world? Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, this is a part of life. This is the part of this world that this happens. It's okay to think of. And continuously, while looking at this suffering, what we think, oh, it's okay to do that. Reason is behind this. There's three kind of favors that is there. Raga, dosa, and moha. The lust, hatred, and delusion. This is the thing. So due to these three things are existing, these people in this world, satta, paridalehi, they are burning in this world. Continuously, constantly. Look that Supreme Buddha saw that thing, and Atako Bhagava Etamattang Viditva, as Supreme Buddha saw this all things, Tayang Velayang Imang Udanang Udanesi. On that occasion, the Buddha expressed this heartfelt sentiment. What the Buddha says, Ayang Loko Santapa Jato, this word born in torment, and Has Pareto Rogam Vadati Attano, overcome by contact, speaks of disease as itself, or the self. This entire world is in torment. It is not completed. What we expect, oh, this world should be perfect. Every person's in this world, each and every person, you ask them, how do you want to see this world? And they will say, I have a perfect idea. I want my world to be like this. Each and every one of us. Everyone has a different vision regarding this world. But what is it there? So due to the contact, this world has been created. It's also due to the contact, means how our eyes see, how our ear hears, how our nose smells, how our tongue tastes, how our tangible, the body has feelings, and our mind think of the contact of this outer world to this six senses, that creates rogam vadati attam. These are the disease by itself. What we see, we are connected in this world throughout these six senses, but the contact itself, Buddha says, overcome by contact speaks of diseases as itself. So that is also itself, it is a disease. Yena yena hi manyati. For whatever it think it is. So as we are looking at that, oh, this is beautiful, but in reality, it is not. As we are thinking about this is the thing, like about this body, what we think, oh, this is my body. This is beautiful thing to do, someone else's body. Oh, they are so being attracted and looking at this whole entire world. What is it? Yena yena hi manyati. As we contemplate, as we think about this, a different thing, tato tang hoti anyatha. But it turns out to be something else. In this world, what we see, what we think of, it doesn't always be like that. It's changed. It is something else that what we are looking at, what we are thinking. It's a marvelous thing the Buddha says. Ayang loko santapa jato. This world born in torment. So everyone in this world has automatically came to this world with a torment. It is not satisfying. It is not complete. It's not a beautiful thing to see. We are all born here. And due to the contact, everything what we see is due to the contact. What is it? This is becomes a suffering, more and more suffering. From our side, we look, oh, this is beautiful things, or we think about something else. But in reality, it is something else. That means says. Anyatha bhavi avasatto loko. What the Buddha says, that the world is attached to continued existence. Anyatha bhavi avasatto loko. Bhava pareto bhava meva vinandati. Overcome by continued existence, taking pleasure only in continued existence, yet it becomes something else. What is happening? This world, anyatha bhavi bhavasatto loko. The world is attached to continued existence. Yes, it is. It is not the one time that we have born. Continued existence. What we create today, those will again create another nama and roop, again a different kind of form, different kind of name it will create from that. So the continuous existence happens. There is not a split second remains from this birth to another birth. Today what we are here, as soon as we passed away, as death comes, the immediate second, we will form another name and another body through it. It may be different form. It may be in ghost world or in the spontaneous world. But wherever we born, the birth will immediate one. It doesn't take a time. But today this body is there and it will get old until this being will be here. Nothing like that. As soon as we... So the continued existence is there, attached, continuously rotating, continuously rotating. And it's not attaching itself by only by ourselves, no. The similar karma what we have created, how our relations is happening in this way. Our wife, our kids, our brothers, our mother, father, these are also continuously getting birth in here also. It's not a single birth what we see. So this world is attached to the continued existence. overcome by continued existence. Continuous. That is also happening. Taking pleasure only in continued existence. So what the beings do? They are enjoys wherever they are born. Like someone born into the heavenly world, they are enjoying in heavenly world. Someone born into the human world, what we are doing? We are saying that this is suffering and those things, but we are enjoying in this world also, taking pleasure only in continued existence. So in this world I am here, we are saying, yes, this is beautiful world. We do not want to part from this life. If someone can give a little elixir of life, we are going to pay any price, even know that this is suffering. But elixir, oh, I will be immortal. Such a thing. So enjoy taking pleasure. And as we take pleasure in this work, in this life, but in reality, this life becomes something else. Whatever we are hoping to get in this world, can we get as it is? We think, oh, doing like this, I will get this out benefits, but it transforms into something yet, something else. Yet it becomes something else. This life also becomes something else. Then Buddha says, Yadabhinandati tang bhayam, yassa bhayati tang dukkham. What is enjoys? What we enjoy in this world, that is fear. That becomes a fear. Like as we are here today, if we have a beautiful body, beautiful this appearance, we are constantly aware that yes, it is going to change. You know, the wrinkles will happen, the eyesight will be weakening, the hearing will be weakening, and no one enjoys in that. The visibility of our face will not be good. That changes. We do not want. So the fear is there also. I'm getting aged. I'm getting old. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to pass away. These are all things. What we are enjoying in this life, it also transforms in fear. That is the fear, what we enjoy. Simple word. What is fear? That is suffering. So getting aged, it is not a wishful thing. No one wants to get aged. No one wants to get sick. No one wants to get died. But the constant fear in our life, today I will die, tomorrow I will die. Any kind of suffering can befall on me. That fear is always existing. Definitely we are living a happy life. We are having this good conversation. We are having this family and all the luxury or comfort what we find. But in our subconscious mind or in our behind our mind, continuously that thought is there. Today I am healthy, tomorrow I can get sick. No one knows that. So that fear is existing there. Is there. And what Buddha says, what is fear? That is suffering. Aging is suffering, Buddha says. Sickness is suffering, Buddha says. Death is suffering, Buddha says. Associating with the unlike people, that is suffering. That is constantly how the new person will come in my life. Is this person is good or not? That is even in workplace, even in neighbor, or wherever we find these things is constantly in our mind. Departing from beloved people. Today my son is growing up. I don't know tomorrow where he will go. He is not listening today. Tomorrow what will happen? Will he leave us? Will he be connected as from the infancy I'm looking at? That constant fear is in us, our life also. Today we are together, tomorrow we will be separated. That fear is also there. And this all fear what it becomes. It is a suffering, what Buddha says. It's not only in this human world, but in all the world, wherever the beings are, that is suffering, Buddha says. Then Supreme Buddha says, Bhava Vipahanaya Ko Panidam Brahmacharyan Usati. Buddha says, but the spiritual life is lead in order to give up continued existence. So the being or the person, when the spiritual life is built, for the smallest moment it can be, but someone think of the spiritual life when that person develops this for what? To order to give up this continuous existence. In this world, there are beings. They have a different thinking about this world. What they say, Yekechi samanava brahmanava bhavena bhavas vippa mokha mahansu. What they do, this samana brahmana, the ascetics and the Brahmins, who they say, through the continued existence, one is freed from continued existence. Means, as you are living in this world, as you continue this life, from this birth to another birth, to another birth, to another birth, that continuous existence is there. If you live your entire life, what will happen? One day, you will be liberated. The cycle of birth, in Hindu scripture or in the world, there is there mentioned. If you take from the 80,000 or 81,000 of birth, different birth, in different birth cycles, what happened? When it completed, then you are liberated. There was an example in one of the ascetics gave. He said, you throw the one ball of wool and you throw from the mountain. As it rolls out, slowly the thread comes, release it itself. And then at the bottom when it reached, the ball no longer exists. What happened? The only thread is there. So that as you continue flow through this life, what happened? You are become liberated person. You goes to there where there is no birth anymore. But the Buddha says, Sabbete avipamutta bhavasami iti vadami. Buddha says, but none are those free from existence. What the Buddha saying? None of them who has this thought, who are thinking this life can be continuously enjoyed, and then one day automatically of all the birth can be ceased. Buddha says that cannot be happened. None of those thinking, none of those people who were thinking that this a continued life, as you continued, you will be liberated, that can never be happened. None of them are free. Where they are? They are in this world, suffering. They are getting birth continuously. That cannot be the reason. That cannot be the path to see this existence. There are another view or another thinking of existing there. What? Yeva panatechi samanava brahmanava vibhavena bhavas nissarana mahansu. Other ascetics or Brahmins who says that through annihilation of existence, one escape from continued existence, means destroying of his karmas, like Nigatanatha Putta had in his mind. What he says, give suffering to these things, torment yourself. And by tormenting these things, by tormenting this karma, by suffering, by taking suffering in this world, what will happen? Your existence will be ceased. You are be liberated, annihilation of existence. That can't be happened. Thinking of that, oh no existence needed. I don't want to be born. So for that, they are doing different kind of ascetic things. Buddha said to them, none of them, sabbete anista bhavasmati vadami. None have themselves escaped from continued existence. They also are not liberated. What is the Buddha explaining? In that time when the Buddha was liberated, when he understand, these two views were very strong. These two views are very strong. Continue your life and you will be liberated. And that you can find today also in this world. Today also, time to time, people say that thing. Or one day there will be no birth. You will be liberated, You will be attached to the superior being. That kind of existence. Some of the thing people say, okay, you can get rid of this suffering by accepting that yes, annihilation of existence that can be happen also, but none of them are achieving what they are expressing, what they are saying. As this Buddha says that none of them are liberated. Upadinhi paticca dukkhamidam sambodhi sabbupadanakhaya natti dukkhassa sambhavo. Supreme Buddha says, one, for this suffering originate, dependent on all attachment. With the ending of all grasping, there is no origin or origination of suffering. It means this everything is continuous, sabbupadana, all the upadana which help us to be born in this world. Upadana, it means cause to be birth, This all the upadana, it is dependent on something. As long as it is dependent, as long as it's continued existing, dependent origination, this cannot be dukkha sambhava. So this suffering cannot be as long as this exists. Lokamimang passa putu avijjaya pareta bhuta bhutarata aparimutta. Buddha explains here that just look at this world, mirrored in all sort of ignorance. Beings in love with beings are not released from continued existence. So, from one person to another, the attachment, the ignorance what we have these things, Commonly, we usually say that, oh, I want this wife for 7 lives, or I want this for entire existence of my life, I want this son for the long, long time, again and again, this one. These are all things happens. That what we express our love to others, what we say it's in this way, not for this moment, but for the continuous life that we are attached, So look at this world. Due to ignorance, this being in love with another, and they have this all different kind of promises. Yehi kechi bhava sabbadi sabbathaya satte te bhava anicca dukkha viparinama dhammati. What the Buddha explained. Whatever state of continued existence there are, everywhere, all over, all are impermanent, suffering, and perishable. Is the Buddha explained. Whatever we think that what we have created this mirror image, whatever we have created the mirror, this world, whatever we are saying, okay, I want this person to be continued. Wherever we are born, we forget that thing. Wherever we are born, there Sabbadhi Sabbasathaya, wherever all the beings exist, for all of them, Sabbete Bhava, whatever the birth they get, Anicca, that is impermanent, Dukkha, sufferable, Viparinama Dhamma, changeable, continuously changing. What we accept, what we see, what we look at, it doesn't exist anymore. It changes from there to somewhere else, something else. It is changing. So, what the Buddha explaining in this book? Buddha is explaining whatever the attachment what we have in this world, due to that continuous attachment, what happened? Another chain of suffering is happening. So, what we should do? We should try to get rid of it. Like Sivali Bante's mother, Supavasa, when she was a Sotapanna, she was a stream enterer, but still she was in this world. What happened? When the Buddha, when the Sariputta Bante was talking with Sivali, asking how you are, and he explained what he felt in that moment. She was very amazed. She said, "My son is talking with the Dharma Senapati." Sariputta Bante, she is talking with him. And Supreme Buddha asked her, "What do you think of this son? Do you want it?" She said, "If the son is like this, I will want 7 sons like this. I will want 7 childs like this." Means she was ready to suffer for 7 years of pregnancy, 7 years, 7 months of pregnancy, and 7 days of labor pain. She was ready to suffer. For what? To have this birth. So that is the love that we see in these beings, existing beings. And that is also suffering, changes. Every mother give birth for what? So they can continue their names. Shivli Bhante, in the 7 years of age, what happened? Become monks. As soon as the shave, the blade touch his head, he become enlightened. Her vision, her thoughts, what continuously change. When he born in this world, she may have a different thoughts for the son. But what she was hoping to happen, did that happen? That is the thing. What in the first Supreme Buddha says here, uh, yena yena hi manyati, whatever we think, tato tam hoti anyatha, that transform into something else. It changes into something else. So whatever we think of, it doesn't happen in exact way. These all things, sabba bhava means every birth, anicca, impermanent, dukkha, painful and sufferingful. Doesn't matter wherever we born. Viparinama dhamma. Viparinama dhamma, it means changing, continuously changing, perishable. It will vanish, it will be changed, transformed into something else. It will be seized. It will be result in suffering. Evametam yatha bhutam sammapanyaya passato. If someone the one who sees truly like this, yatha bhuta, as it is, what is it? What is it? The person sees sammapanyaya passato. A person look at through the right with the right wisdom. Bhavatanha pahiyati is bhavatanha, to the desire to be exist, the craving for continued life, continued birth, continued existence, the bhavatanha, the craving and desire to be exist somewhere or exist in this world. What happened? Pahiyati, gives up. It comes to sense, it doesn't continues anymore. Vibhavam nabi bandati, and while not looking forward to to ending existence. Vibhava Navidan, when that changes happen also, it does not enjoys or rejoice in that. Sabbaso Tannanam Khaya, to all kind of existence. Extinguishment comes from or existence. Sabbaso Tannayam Khaya. All the desire, all the tanha, all kind of craving, when it extinguished, finished. Asesa viraga nirodho nibbana, fading away and cessation that happened and attain the liberation, something like all there. Nibbana, attain enlightenment is there. When all kind of desire, all kind of craving is finished. So in this sutta, especially two kind of cravings Buddha has mentioned here. What? Bhavatanha and Vibhavatanha. This Bhavatanha, it's also the result, but we are existing continuously, and Vibhavatanha also. So Sabbaso Tannayam Khaya, all kind of this Tanha, when it is finished, the person become enlightened. Tassa Nibbutassa Bhikkhuno Anupada Punabhavo Namoti. The monk who has liberated from this tanha, anupada punabhavo namoti, there is no further existence for this monk. There is no existence for this monk person. There is no further existence for that mendicant extinguish without grasping. Anupada, there is anupada, no birth again. Abhibhuto maro vijita sangamo. Abhibhuto maro. He has won the battle. He is victorious in battle. He has defeated the Mara, Vijita Sangam. Upajjaga sab bhavanitadi. That this person, they have gone beyond all state of existence. It means there is no suffering anymore. So, from this sutta, what we should learn? That all that what we hold beloved, all things what we see, yes, this is, yes, this is a craving. This is the existence. I want this more and more, more and more. It continues in our life, continues to be think, oh, this is beautiful. If this problem is not there, my life will be perfect. I will live beautiful life. There is always we find something which is bothering us, which is difficult for this world. That all attachment, that all things, it is craving. What is, why it is? Due to the greed, hatred, and delusion. And what we are looking, what we are saying that this is incomplete because of this reason, because of these things, I am in suffering. That is called ignorance. This ignorance is there. And what we are looking for? We are looking entire life from these six senses. These six senses and contact. If there is no contact, then there is no. And because of that, Supreme Buddha said to the Bahya Daruchiri, what is it? What you look, what you see, just see it. Don't develop anything else from that. It is very difficult to see. What we do, we create something from there. As we see someone beautiful, what happened? Immediately the thoughts comes to our mind. If we see someone is there, any woman or any man, what our first thought? Oh, that person looks stunning, beautiful. So we develop lustful desire, or We develop hatred for all that bag is very expensive. How that person comes with this, these clothes are very beautiful, where I can get. Those are all kind of stuff is happening. We cannot stop as we have look at something. That is our problem. Immediately we hear someone is saying our name with the wrong way. What happened? Our mind starts to build. That person is saying something bad for me. Then we immediately get angry. All the delusion what we have created in this world, then due to that is all suffering exists. So with the same, even if someone says, yes, you can finish the suffering from this different method, it cannot be finished. There is only one path. Ekayano ayang bhikkave bhaggo sattanang visuddhya. There is only one path for all the beings to be finished. This suffering, to be liberated, only one path. And that path goes through the Supreme Good. If we follow his teaching, if we learn something, if we slowly understand, yes, I'm here, I'm existing in this world due to the disattachment. I'm not saying that this attachment we can get rid of. It's how we are living, it cannot be get rid of, but that in our mind, what we are creating, because of this form, we can change the way to look at this. Change the way we look at this. And that can be happened by practicing Dhamma. Dhamma practice takes longer time. To be born in this human world, it takes 9 months or 10 months after coming to womb. As soon as we born, we are not ready to talk, we are not ready to work. It takes longer time for that also. To make the friendship, to build the wealth, to build the house and build this everything what we see. It takes time. So as we take time to build this world, so the time will take to get rid of this. So Dhamma practice, it is not happen in one day or in one moment or one sitting of meditation. No. It is a constant, continuous process as we have created. Like if you leave something, or everyone has a kitchen in their home, and you do something, you cook something, and you did not clean that day, you are not cleaning that for months, what will happen? It will get more and more dirtier if you continue. And it cannot be cleaned in one cleaning. It takes several methods to clean that. The corrosion is there, all the dirt, all the oil spots are there. It cannot happen in one cleaning. First, we wipe up the upper dust, and then slowly, we scrub a lot of things, Then, slowly, the previous form, the same way the Dhamma practice also there. Today, what we are looking, it can be changed, but continuous practice needed. And for that, our presence of mind, our willingness to be practicing, and our willingness to be liberation is needed. And that can happen, that can we keep maintaining with the help of noble friends. What the noble friends do in our life? The noble friends remind us that this existence of suffering. And noble friends help us to understand that and try to liberate. So may this sutta be helpful for all of us to understand the reason of suffering. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to have the noble friends in our life, and we may be liberated in this world with this. I hope you understand this. It's beautifully explained. Any questions are there? We can discuss. Anything you want to ask? Harry?
Buddha Bante.
Yes, Harry.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Um, Bante, just wondering. So, our ultimate goal definitely is to have fully extinguished.
Yes.
No more existence, no more coming back, no more rebirth. As what Sutta says, we defeated Mara and no more suffering. But Bante, just we want to visualize what would what would be that state at the time when we fully extinguish everything and we're not coming back. And what was that? I mean, there's no self, Bante. Yeah, I understand. But then, what would be that state by the time? Thank you, Bante.
Oh, that will be the pure one. That the state. Imagine, Harry, like today, what we see, immediately we create something from there. What we hear, immediately we develop lust or hatred. Word voice also, the smell, that is also there. But imagine the enlightened mind which does not uh, create anything else. If it is delicious, this mind just accept it is delicious. That's all. When he hears something, he hears something. That's all. He doesn't create something else. Like if we have, imagine if you listen something, while you are listening, what happening in our mind? I have listened this previously. This is beautiful. Or we immediately try to compare. This all things immediately starts. We try to get the meaning of that. We try to understand, oh, this is good for me or bad for me. This person, this voice is saying good or bad. That thing happened. But for enlightened monk, it doesn't happen like that. Only what he hears. That's all. So there is no extra activity happen in the mind. How free that mind will be. Imagine. That is the beauty of that. It is not easy as you are thinking, Harry, means as we are hoping this, all the finishing or developing. For the enlightened monks, it takes a longer time. Means if we keep this mind, yes, I want to liberate, if we think today and continued existence, if that constant mind is, yes, I want to liberate is there, and you practice in that way, there will be one day, means there will be several birth after this also, until we come to the first state of enlightenment, become sotapan. Then only 7 birth maximum. There is no 8 birth. Okay, if you want to imagine the mind, read the Theri Gatha. In some of the time in Theri Gatha, they have called themselves simply, oh, I was the foolish person. The investigated one, when they were, oh, I was thinking like this, how foolish I was. So those kind of thoughts are there too. But it takes longer time to be liberated. Today, in today's world or today's life, what we have to think that my refuge is Supreme Buddha, and I want to liberate it through this suffering, from this suffering, from all the birth and and I want to correct myself. So for that, what we will do? Physically, we will try to maintain our life. Physically, we will not do anything harmful things. And with the simultaneously, we are developing our mind also. Let me think of this way. Let me think of this way. Let me my mind in that way. So it won't cause more pain, more suffering. And slowly, slowly, we will lead there. And one day, uh, as a stream enterer, they have the thoughts. As the once returner, non-returner, they have thinking. Slowly, slowly changes. If we read the suttas, we find that. And enlightened means like it's completely. So we cannot express through the words how their mind is, but most beautiful and liberated mind they have. There is no words to express. It is only to see. Buddha gave, Harry, Buddha said, if the person walked, he went on the mountain, and what he sees through his eyes, can he explain that who is down hill or in the bottom of the mountain. Can he express through that words? It cannot be. He just can mention, oh, this is beautiful things I'm looking at, but how he felt on that moment cannot be. In the same way, if he has to uh, see that thing, he has to understand this person who is at the bottom of the mountain, he has to climb up and see himself. That is the mind of enlightened monk. The Buddha has given example. Is that okay?
Thank you, Bante. Thank you.
So just develop the good karma, develop the good karma. Keep in your mind that yes, I want to be liberated. Uh, Try to be away from all the uh, ignorance, what we have. Slowly contemplate on this life about suffering, and then continue this life. Whole life you live, and in your last breath you will remember you have collected this enormous amount of good karma that will help you continue this practice onward. This practice is when it's finished, we will be one of the liberated people with time. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope that you understand and learn. I hope that you enjoy this sutta. It is really beautiful.